it's a Manchu. Welcome back to the Outer Worlds. So, at this point, I think I have a plan of what I need to do. There's a couple of side things that I can do on Byzantium, except I can't get there yet. I don't have, like, nav keys for it. It may be that the nav keys are something I have to get from Blythe, the information broker, but he won't help me unless I can shut down the Iconoclast transmissions. That means going back to Monarch. So we're going to go back there. But before I actually deal with the Iconoclast, there's a section of Monarch I haven't explored yet. And I want to deal with that. So I'm going to actually land in Cascadia. Monarch, let's land in the dangerous Cascadia landing pad.
We're in orbit over Cascadia, Captain.
Alright, let's do this. So I'm going to go to Cascadia. I'm going to travel from Cascadia on the north side of the canyon to Stellar Bay. That's the area I haven't explored yet. I don't know how long that will take. It depends on what there is there to see. Maybe there's not much there. I don't know. Once I get to Stellar Bay, then I'll head on to the Iconoclast and figure out how to deal with them. I don't really know at this point. But as I begin, once again, I remind you that if you see this video and you like what you see, remember to click the like button. And if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to my channel. So let's get going. Okay, I'm going to actually take Parvati with me and Sam. I haven't spent any time with Sam, and I want to do that now. So I'm going to take him along. Okay. Gotta wait for all the textures to load. Okay, we're going.
Reminder, unit modifications performed by unauthorized technicians are not authorized by the parent company.
Oh, don't be such a stick in the mud. Doesn't it feel better to locomote without grit in your gears?
To gain authorization credentials, an engineer must be registered as the unit's designated caretaker. Do you wish to assign yourself this designation, engineer?
You asking me to be your minder? I suppose you can't be any more complicated than an autoloader. All right, I'll do it.
Updating registration. Updating. Updating. Ding. Holcomb Parvati is now responsible for the SAM unit's maintenance. Designated caretaker. There is a rock in this unit's tread. Removal of foreign debris requested.
Nice. I'm sure they'll get along nicely. I don't see any hostiles down here in Cascadia at this point. I cleared the area out, and I was hoping it would stay cleared out. Alright, so looking at the map, as I described it, I'm going to head along here. There's actually a road up this way. I think these structures here are the terraforming machines, and it's probably nothing to see. I may not be able to get up to that. But I will explore this area all the way up in here. There's some buildings here to explore too. But we're going to check all that out and get our way up to Stellar Bay. Rotter River Camp. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Clean. Lethal.
Next one.
Ah!
We did it!
Oh, that was Sam. Robophobia. Automechanicals now give you the willies. And when they're attacking your party, you're not as effective as you should be. -1 dex, -1 perception, -1 temperament when fighting robots. Okay, I'll take that one. I guess I'll go with this one. I can't really find a, like, an exceptionally good one. I'll get that one. Okay, but now I have major debuffs when I'm dealing with robots, which is going to be unpleasant. He's Sam.
Scanning for C2547. Grade rated contaminants.
Ah!
Error. This unit is unable to process the service request. Ah! Customer, please repeat the command.
Alright, back to work, Sam. I think that dialogue option might be because I'm afraid of robots now.
Rising. Concentrated amount of scum present ahead.
Okay. I made it back to Stellar Bay. Now, I don't know how much of this I'm going to show. I'll show a little bit of it, but there were a lot of enemies to fight along this route. I found a couple new areas. Sulfur Pits, it was just full of Raptidons of various kinds. Marauder River Camp, where I ran into some Marauders, and some Automechanicals. One of them ended up giving me the, what do you call it, the character flaw of afraid of Automechanicals. And I think that affected my relationship with Sam. Because I think I'm just paranoid all the time because Sam's around. And he's freaking me out. A place called Hero's Last Stand, which wasn't really anything of interest. And some kind of abandoned printer. In this area? Yeah. Terra 1 Publications. In which I found a few things, but nothing really all that interesting. So like I say, I'm not sure how much of all that exploration I'm going to show. Definitely nothing plot related anyway. So we're at Stellar Bay. Now I'm going to head in here, and I think I'm going to have to say goodbye to Sam because I think I'm a little freaked out by his presence now because of that character flaw. Sam?
Battery levels are fully charged.
Go back to the ship, Sam.
Command accepted. Unit relocating to specified destination. The unreliable.
Go away, please. You are freaking me out. Alright. While I'm here, I do want to check in with a merchant. I also want to check on Nyoka and see if she's still drunk. Where is that?
Velma seem out of sorts to you?
She's always cranky.
No, I mean, more than usual.
Wouldn't know.
Something else I can do for you?
See what you got for trade. Pleasure doing business with you. Hey, Nyoka, are you still drunk?
Ah, the charmer. Welcome back. Drink, chat, or business? All of the above?
You know, I've been around Monarch a bit. I could use a hunter.
Outstanding. Our dispensary here maintains a stock of, well, I don't rightly know what they are. Steroid or caffeine somethings? Pills. They're very good. I'm cut off for the month on account of needing one just about every damn day. But I'm sure you've got your wily ways. Fetch me one and we'll be all set.
You mean a caffeinoid? That stuff's just a stimulant.
Well, they work. We got a deal or what?
Alright, I don't have to fetch that. I got a caffeinoid right here.
Perfect. Give it here. Whew, that hits the spot. Right in the, oh, no, there it is. There it is. Yes. We're in business. Let's go.
Okay. Glad to have you, I guess?
Great. Where to?
Oh, I got a lot of money for that, too. Alright, I guess I could say to find the information broker, even though I already found the information broker.
Oh, Hiram? I ain't checked in on that man in an age. He's running the giant radio tower we lovingly call Devil's Peak. We'll be going south and west, mostly along the road till we're past Fallbrook. Out there, there's a western slope that'll lead us through some fun. You like hunting, right? That's fun. If you're more of a spelunker, Rotting River will take you into the mountain caverns. We can discuss options when we get closer.
I hope you like being part of our crew, Nyoka. We're real excited to have you. That's real honorable work, Miss Nyoka.
Oh, no. Monarch ain't safe, even with me around. I've just got intimate knowledge of its dangers and an abundance of fortitude. Folks hire me because I know what you can shoot and what you ought to run from. That's a mistake you only get to make once.
Okay, well, I leveled up. Let's see. Oh, wow, Nyoka gives me a huge boost to stealth. Nice. I've been working on science. Let me get more science. Okay, tinkering cost for science weapons is capped, which is interesting. And I also got a perk. Well, it's probably a little late for this one, but I'll get the plus 50% experience from companion kills. I'll do that one. Let's see about Nyoka here. Light machine gun, not the greatest. Maybe I can tinker with that for. Tremor cleaver is pretty good. That's fair armor. Let's see. 4 available perks. How about decreased threat? Plus 10 lie when she's with me. Ooh, I like that one. Minus 20% radius footstep sounds. Should make me super stealthy. Oh, and give her more health. That seems all good. She has a couple of attacks, which is interesting. I'll have to try those out at some point. Okay, girls, let's head out. This is kind of awkward because I've already found Blythe. So, she's telling me about how to get there, but it's like, I've already been there.
But they still manage to feed themselves.
But I'd rather have her with me than Sam, because Sam kind of freaks me out now.
All I need to know is that they're on
Guess I shouldn't
the other
take that,
side
huh?
of that wall.
I'm sure someone said the same thing in Amber Heights.
I gotta find a new drinking buddy.
Alright, let me check a workbench. I think there's one around here somewhere.
What was it like in Edgewater? I hear you workers were on the clock every available moment.
We always got 8 hours a day for sleeping. Just not always consecutive.
My condolences. I appreciate consistent wages like any other sane person, but that still sounds awful. At least Sanjar gives his folks weekends.
Weekends?
Hand to the void. I used to drop by the bar in Stellar Bay to knock a few back with the folks who had Saturdays off.
Don't know what I'd have done with that much time. I was always behind schedule anyhow.
Knowing you, you'd sit and be alone with your thoughts.
Anyway. Alright. I've tinkered with my friend's gear a little bit. So, I've already dealt with that issue. I've been to Blythe, but now I need to visit the Iconoclast, and I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know how I'm going to deal with that. Alright, let's head to Emperor Heights and see what we can find there.
Can we talk?
I guess. What do you need to talk about?
Hey, got a favor to ask you. Figure while we're out here in the wilderness anyhow, we might stop in on an old friend of mine. Preferably before we get to Hiram's. It's on the way, don't worry. You don't seem the type to run off and get yourself killed, and I could use the help.
Okay. Thanks for the compliment, I guess.
I'll be upfront with you. I hate asking for help. I hate it. Every time I give someone the opportunity to disappoint me, they seem to make it their most immediate goal. But this, what I'm thinking, it's dangerous.
Okay. What kind of danger are we talking about?
Nothing we can't handle.
Okay, what is it?
I used to run with a band of hunters. Friends. 6 of us. We were on Monarch when the corporations pulled out, and we helped a lot of people pick up the pieces. I haven't seen 2 of them in years, and the rest I know to be dead. I'd like to gather their effects and bury them all in the same places, like the family we once were.
Alright, well, what do you need to do?
First, we go to Hayes. I'd buried him a ways from our encampment. I need to pay my respects. I'll show you where he rests. He had a medallion in his effects. That's what I'll bring home to bury.
Where's home?
A long time ago, we built an encampment in one of Monarch's cave systems. Trouble is, a Mantiqueen showed up and kicked us all out. If we can find Rebecca and Anders, they'll know how to lure her out. Then, we kill the bitch and bury everyone's medallions together.
Alright, sounds like fun. Let's do it.
Thanks, Cap.
Sounds better than just going after the Iconoclasts and trying to talk them into shutting down the broadcast. This sounds more interesting. Okay. Well, it's a long ways off. Shoot. You know, I'd love to help her out. However, that's like on the other side of
Stellar
Monarch.
Bay. Only place on the planet that don't stink of sulfur. On account of it stinking like fish instead.
Here we go! Go!
Nice hit!
I just felt like
We're alive.
a stand-up fight. What was I talking about? That site she wants to go to who is on the other side of Monarch, and I might as well go visit the Iconoclast. That's on the way. It's in fact not far from here. Here we are. Back to the Iconoclast. Did I look at this? Huh. Looks like a list of stuff that people want. Interesting.
Hey, thanks again for helping out. What can I do you for?
What do you got in stock? Okay, thanks for that. I talked to Rose?
May the eternal truth guide you.
Okay, if you say
I
so.
ought to mention, the Iconoclasts are loyal folk. Treat them right, they'll do the same. Turn on them, they'll open fire without a second thought.
I'll keep that in mind, Yoka. Let's have a talk with Graham. I need him to do something for me, and I don't know how willing he will be to do it. I need him to shut down or stop his transmissions.
Nyoka, I can smell you're having fun.
Should I just come out and say it? Yeah, sure. Hiram, you know Hiram Blythe, needs you to stop using the Devil's Peak.
Stop? No. Spreading the truth is the only way to combat the board's poisonous campaign of propaganda against their people.
You know, nobody's listening to your broadcast, right?
I realize the board has blockaded our efforts, but Devil's Peak is an interplanetary radio tower. Surely somebody is listening. Surely?
You're only transmitting on a single radio frequency, and very few people can receive it.
Excuse me. I'm from Edgewater on Terra 2. If you'll pardon my saying, nobody I know's ever heard of you.
All the more reason to double down on our efforts.
Graham, we should be focusing on survival anyway. Food, ammo, and medicine. Maybe now's the time to pivot.
Pivot, huh? If radio isn't working, we might try another way. It seems the captain's timing is more than just serendipitous. It must be fate. I've had my sights on an old printing press for some time. The board uses magazines and advertisements to subtly focus the colony's attention. We will use their tricks against them.
Wait, that's not what I meant.
Help me clear out and repair the press, and I will have no need for that rust bucket of a radio tower.
This is too much work. No, I'm not going to do that. So you're saying you want to print propaganda in their magazines?
Citizens of Halcyon are glued to their periodicals. They obsess over tossball and fashion, and the board uses these obsessions to control them. Even I find myself occasionally distracted by their positively shameful quality of editing and unacceptable disregard for grammatical structure. My literary prowess will hook them, and the eternal truth will reel them in. Listen to me. I'm starting to sound like one of Sanjar's fishermen.
Well, you know what? I guess I can help you with that. I don't think that's going to work either, but at least we'll get you to stop using the tower to broadcast.
Wonderful. I requisitioned replacement rollers for it some time ago. Huxley should have delivered them yesterday. Speaking of which, where is Huxley?
You bought rollers? You haven't even cleared the wraps out yet. What are you doing wasting bits on... Forget it. Huxley's still recovering. She won't be up for a run for a while yet.
It seems we're out a runner. If you intend to help our cause, I'll ask you to meet our MSI supplier in her stead.
So where is this supplier? Wait a minute. MSI supplies you. MSI?
One of our sympathizers. A woman named Carlotta periodically buys goods on our behalf from Stellar Bay's store. Stellar Bay has caught on, but they remain friendly, though the goods now come at a considerable markup.
Okay, so where is the supplier you're talking about? She sounds familiar.
She meets us in the ruins of Bayside Terrace. From our compound, follow the road north.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm trying to remember this. I absolutely don't remember it. Was that trader that I rescued? That operates... Oh man, I think outside Fallbrook? I can't even remember, but apparently it's someone I helped already.
So you're her mysterious savior. She sings your praises.
That girl and her songs, so eager to learn, so bright-eyed, so tone-deaf.
Alright, I guess I'll take care of that. I'll be right back.
Wonderful. While you're at it, I wonder if Carlotta still has those high-capacity cartridges? Grab a few, will you? There should be some funds left over from the last shipment. We can use them to copy and modify radio serials. Yes, not just magazines, but their precious dramas.
Unbelievable. I hope I don't have to tell you this, but if there is extra money, would you mind buying, I don't know, food and medicine? Graham, if you need me, I'll be in triage.
Let's go find Carlotta. In my exploration, I saw that printing press. Let's see. Okay, that's not far from here. Let's see if I can find my way there. Can I take this? I'm gonna take this.
You ever been off Monarch, Myoka? Before you met the captain, I mean.
Nah, I mostly just drank and hunted. Soon as you stop to dream of other things, that'll be the day something sneaks up and eats you.
Don't fret. I'm watching your back now. Anything tries to eat us, I'll give it a mighty whack on the nose.
Well, I'll be damned. You watch my back, I'll watch yours.
Wait a second. I really looked in this little corner in here. You can take this. And that. I'm gonna take all this stuff. It's all mine now. Its knees are out of reach.
Here we go.
Is that it? Was that guy alone? The heck do I get there from here? Okay, it looks like I gotta follow the road around. Those friendly or hostile? They're hostile. Found another one. I remember this area. Should be a road up around here. Howdy, buddy.
Hey, I know you. Boss says you've been real helpful, like. But, we got this handled. We appreciate but do not require your assistance. That's my nice way of telling you to sod off.
What are you talking about? What's going on here?
We're fixing a leaky generator. What's it to you?
Well, I don't really care about that. Actually, you know, I am actually very good at fixing things. What's wrong with the generator?
What are you, a safety inspector? It's busted, pumping out gas. It ain't safe.
Shouldn't you be fixing it?
Oh, whoops. I'll get right on that, boss. Hope this ain't in my performance review.
Look, I can handle this. Then I'll give you the credit when I report to Catherine.
I don't know what your angle is, but... all right. Be sure to tell her how hard it was to fix the generator. You know, after you're done fixing it.
Okay, I'll be sure to do that, buddy. Yeah, these are sublight people. They're my friends, though, so I could just talk them down, which is cool. I don't think I could get in here before.
It's too quiet. What are you up to out there? Hello?
Carlotta, is that you?
Yeah, and for the 100th time, I'm not opening this door. Who are you, anyway?
I'm a Manchu. Graham sent me to collect supplies.
Oh, finally! Tell Graham that this is the last run I'm doing. Sanjar's declared a stop sale to you lot, but even if he hadn't, I'm not risking my neck anymore.
Howdy.
I don't know how you got those goons to leave, but thank you. Graham ordered rollers and whatsits, right? For a printing press?
Yep.
Here, take them.
Okay.
Like I said, this is my last run.
So, I mean, this should be obvious, but I'm kind of wondering, why do you think Sanjar, well, why did Sanjar ban you from working with the Iconoclasts?
You'd have to ask him. All I know is that if I get caught, I'll get arrested.
Well, that doesn't seem worth it. So why have you been helping Graham then?
It's an enviable thing he's doing. Free people and all that. I can't live that way. I need my structure. But I respect the Iconoclasts for doing it.
So where will they get supplies now, do you think?
Law help them. I don't know. Maybe Sublight can lend a hand. I should go. Look, Graham's got a bit or two left in his account. I can send one last dropout before I wash my hands of this. What do you want delivered?
Definitely extra food and medicine. Zora should be the leader of this group anyway.
I always took that woman for the sensible type. Good on her. I'll send some along. Give them all my regards. And good luck out there. Don't go getting eaten.
I'll try not to. Cool. Can I take this stuff? Yeah. Then I will take this stuff. It's all mine now. Look at all this stuff. Oh, more here. And might as well deal with this. Alright. Looks like we looted all that stuff. Wait, didn't he say something about fixing a generator? He did say something about fixing a generator. Warning, unauthorized access to this equipment may result in injury, death, or unemployment. Route the gas outside. Oh, I don't have the hack for that. What do you mean I don't have the hack for that? Crap. I was hoping it'd be something that required, like, mechanical skill, not hacking skill. I don't think there's anything I can do with that. Bummer. Looks like I'm not fixing that generator. Alright, back to Graham. They went in there.
Did you have a sweetheart in Stellar Bay?
I had a fling or two, sure. But on Monarch, relationships ain't usually meant to last. A lot of fools tried to impress me, feigning bravado in the wilds, thinking they'd catch my attention with their stories. It was cute. Not so cute when their act got themselves munched. You know what's sexy? Confidence. You know what ain't? Disembowelment.
I'm telling you, the Van Noys are fine.
Bullshit, Graham. They don't just abandon orders, and they weren't at the ruins. Where in this sulfur-sodden hellhole did you send them?
They're on a very important... we'll continue this later.
Am I interrupting you? So I got your rollers, and the rest of your account went to food and medicine.
Thank the Eternal that someone's got some sense in their head. Carlotta usually schedules the next drop during the meeting. When's she coming?
Well, I've got bad news. Sanjar's made it illegal to sell to you guys.
That is most unfortunate. This cuts off one of our only 2 supply lines on Monarch. Sanjar, old friend, you're about to cross a dangerous line.
About to? That idiot just declared war.
We will deal with his subversion later. For now, we must redouble our efforts to spread the truth to the colony.
So, time to fix up the printing press?
Oh no. Graham, you didn't.
I've already sent a team ahead to scout the press. One of our best. Meet them there and find out if they've been successful.
You sent the Van Noys there, didn't you? Oh, for fuck's sake, Graham! We needed them in the ruins. Our people died out there.
They went willing to fight for our cause. We need reinforcements. We need new recruits. The Van Noys saw the printing facility with the same importance as I.
Is a printing press really worth all these people's lives? There's gotta be a better way to get your message out.
I have the utmost confidence in their abilities. Friends, we must have faith that the men and women we recruit can handle the duties for which we recruit them.
You know, you could have sent them after backing Zora up. You know that, right?
Yes! You're damn right he could have. But he's so obsessed with preaching that he's become blind to our actual problems. Look, just... if the Vernoys are still alive, get them out of there. With Sanjar pressing the issue like this, I have a feeling we'll need them.
Alright, well, I'll do everything I can for that. Okay. Retrieve Zora's team. This ought to be interesting. Well, I think that's going to be it for today. I have done a lot. I have wandered around all over the map. And I actually did visit Terra 1 Publications already. There were some interesting things there, but not that interesting. Probably not worth showing off. But it looks like my travels are going to take me back there now. I just have mixed feelings about helping out the Iconoclasts. Graham is kind of a crazy zealot. And I don't really trust him. I also don't want him to, go to war with, I don't want him to go to war with Stellar Bay, and that might come to that. I hope it doesn't. But this is a lot of runaround to go through to avoid having to, slaughter all these people. And I would like to avoid that. Hopefully I don't have to do more than just fix the printing press and rescue these people. We'll see how that goes next time on Amon Chooses the Outer Worlds.